Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving some testing. One, two, three. Testing the audio feed. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how it sounds. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving some testing. One, two, three, testing the audio feed. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how it sounds. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving some testing. Two, two.
Tommaso.
1, 2, 3, testing the audio feed. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how it sounds. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving some testing. So I think some of that might have just been like feedback. So I'm just going to give some more audio and.
Tommaso.
1, 2, 3, testing the audio feed. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let's see how it sounds. Pretty terrible. Feedback. So I'm just going to give some more audio and.
Tommaso.
Testing the audio feed. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let's see how it sounds. Pretty terrible. I'm just going to give some more audio and.
You're right. Are you on your way over? So I'm going to go down here, do a bit of speaking away from the speakers, and hopefully when the stream on the right catches up, we'll be able to have an accurate reproduction of how it's going to sound.
and then maybe invite Azimut to introduce himself and then introduce yourself. And it would be really good if during sort of the time running up to the hangout, we could just have a few questions ready just in case. So if you have a look through the course step and pick out any questions that there are there, maybe put them on an A4 piece of paper, and then we can have Laura in the background kind of feeding those in. Says that's your learner. Look at the top. Try not to look at your own self. It's quite tricky. If you can make sure that you read the question out as well, Vanessa, because people on YouTube won't have that nice index. Yeah. So if you can just say, you know, and da-di-da asks doobie-doo, that makes it easier for people. Don't say that.
Yeah. Well, I do like being called doobie.
Or da-di-da.
No, not that.
Yeah, so you'll be in control.
I will.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you do, don't click stop broadcast.
Yes.
But other than that,
Okay, if you click stop broadcast, that stops it and it invalidates the link that all of the learners will have. And so we can't just start again. We would have to get in touch with all of them individually. You would have to go to their houses and tell them where the new one is. Yeah, and an apology in.
Okay, I'm gonna
click on that Q&A thing there.
All this will be queued up for you, so
Okay.
don't worry about that.
So when a question comes in, if you've got something to say to this,
I will make some questions right now.
Okay.
so yeah, that screen is Dave in Kazakhstan.
They're in Kazakhstan.
Yes.
That was you.
Are you dating Kazakhstan? So do you film the question whilst you're on holiday?
I should have done it.
Yeah.
I should have filmed the Mongolian musicians that we like I said, how does this fit in with-
So this is the learner view
Okay.
on Google, and this is your view. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you won't have the learner view up on
Okay.
otherwise you'll-
Yeah, it's a bit, it's delayed, you know. So it's some folks, but it's late.
um,
Adam's gonna love that one.
What's she saying?
I'm confused. Please help.
I think I'm here to help you with your confusion.
okay, so give me one more question.
What is sound?
That's a good question. I'm not qualified to answer it.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, so as I've been typing questions, and we'll get lots of people typing questions, this is the dashboard, this is the view that you'll be using. So Vanessa, if you have a little look, the next question that you want to answer, if you click the little star in the corner, then it should float it up to the top. Waiting.
Floats
Which
down.
top?
The top of that stack of questions.
But this one or this? Oh, here it is.
This is just the learner view. So
Yeah.
the learner will be able to see that their question has come to the top. So that will stay there even if more questions appear and you're kind of scrolling through them and stuff like that. The ones that you've starred are at the top. So if you want to queue up a couple of those,
If I start, I mean, okay, but
yeah. So if you want to put
okay, and then
those two, yep, there we go.
And then you're going to read these out, yeah?
Yeah. If someone is just, excuse my French, that's what we say when we're about to be rude. Know what?
Can you say that when you're saying it to a French-speaking person?
You can.
You can.
Excuse my French. If someone's taking the piss, then you can just click. You see the little arrow thing at the top there?
Yeah.
If you click on there, then you can just get rid of questions. Yeah. Try not to. I mean, that wasn't really. But if someone's just in there trolling or being a
Yeah.
nuisance, you can do that.
yeah.
Try not to do it though too much because the learners, as you can see, they see the questions there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would be very surprised if it happened.
Well, you just never know, and it can be distracting. The learners will get this +1. Everyone will. So whoops, you can add 1 like to each question. So keep an eye out for ones that are really highly rated, because then lots of people are wanting you to answer those.
Oh, okay. And you see them here, right?
Yeah. You'll see.
You
You'll see
can't do
those.
anything about it.
You can't really know.
Okay.
So, would you like to do a little practice, Rob? Do you want to get on the sound suite? So Vanessa, if you can prepare something a little bit and just give a kind of intro, and you could say, you know, if you want to ask a question during the Hangout, if you have a Google Plus account, then please post in the the Google Hangout page, or you can tweet using Twitter. Unfortunately, they can't add questions here
Yeah.
using mobile devices.
Well, we have a Twitter feed, I suppose. So.
Yeah, someone will be monitoring the
Okay.
Twitter feed and monitoring the course page and the Google Hangout page. But people who just post things directly through their Google Plus accounts, they will arrive there. And you could say to them, you can watch live using Google Hangout or watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, so go for it.
It's hard to pre-prepare something live, but
I know it's just a test. Don't worry. Don't worry.
okay. A test. Don't worry, it's just a test.
It's only been
Oh, it's,
scrutinised, so don't worry.
Yeah. No. Well. Okay. So, this is the Google Hangout then. So I'm saying this on the Google Hangout.
yeah. You just
okay.
say this Google Hangout is part of the course How to Write Your First Song, which Sheffield University are delivering through the FutureLearn platform.
Yeah. No, because you said you can watch this on Google Hangout, but if I'm already on the Google Hangout,
It's a Google Hangout
okay.
through Google Plus or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Google Plus.
Right. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's mic is on mute.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I just clicked it.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Pick me up.
Pick you up.
Big me up. Do you know big me up?
No. Big you. Oh, like make you big. Okay.
You know, like in the intro.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So I'll just start then. So welcome to this Google Hangout. And I have to look in here. Right. I'm Vanessa, one of the mentors on the course, on the FutureLearn course. But they know that, right? So
No, they don't
They
know that.
won't know that
okay.
because this you could just stumble across it on the University of Sheffield
Okay.
like YouTube account or something. So just imagine you come across something that says, how to write your first song,
Okay.
and then you're like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Who's
Oh.
that?
What the hell?
Right.
What the hell
Who
is
are
this?
you?
the hell
Yeah,
you?
who are
What
these
the
Okay.
hell's
people?
going on?
Okay.
Wow.
Good to know. Okay. So, right. So they could be on YouTube, really, and
On
that's fine.
YouTube,
Okay.
on Google Plus, yeah.
Okay.
anything like that.
Okay. So I'm Vanessa, one of the mentors of the University of Sheffield How to Write Your First Song FutureLearn course, and I'm with Adam, the course educator and wonderful composer from Sheffield. And we're now going into week 6, or are we in? We're in week 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we're in week 5, having a discussion with learners, and if you want to participate, you can log into Google Plus if you have an account, or tweet your questions on Twitter live, and we will answer as much as we can.
Everything.
To-
Personal problems,
hashtag FL
relationship
Stone.
problems,
Yeah.
You could maybe just write
bus
out a little-
timetables. Quite fun.
Yeah.
So
And
what will you be taking questions about?
yeah. So
Answering the
okay. Yeah.
questions on.
Yeah, would you like to chip in there as well? Yeah. So one of the aims of this session would be to give you an opportunity to ask questions to me about any aspect of the songwriting process, the setting of the words, how to develop your song, how to improve your song. So literally feel free to ask me anything about the songwriting process that you feel is relevant to the way your song's developing.
Okay. So now we'll just go ahead and ask the questions.
And the first question we have,
Is what would Mozart do? Or what would Mozart do?
Mozart would almost certainly go to
So,
his,
hold on, just one sec. If you click select the question,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
then that cues it up
Uh-huh.
as that question that you're answering.
does everyone then see that question, or does it just appear as though Vanessa's read it out?
This is how it
Ah,
appears.
okay. To the learner.
So you need to say, because like I say, on YouTube you won't get
that.
the indexing,
No.
but on Google Plus it
You'll
will be
have
there. So
Yeah.
if you could say, learner da-di-da.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just read out their name and the question.
Okay.
Because there may be people who are visually impaired or whatever. So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
yeah, it's good.
Okay.
So do that again.
So okay.
First
So
question.
our first question, yes. Our first question is from Tom Foster, who asks, what would Mozart do?
Well, thank you, Tom, for this question. It's the question that's been on everyone's lips, I'm sure, throughout the course. And Mozart would probably make a scatological joke and then go to his room, play pool, and write the best song that you've ever heard.
Just like in the movie.
Just like in the movie, yeah.
Okay. Done. Right. Okay. The next question is again by Tom Foster. And he asks, what is a song really?
Another great question from Tom Foster, and a philosophical question, if you like. And no one really knows the answer to this, because a song can be many, many things, but I suppose it has to have some movement of pitch in it to differentiate it from speech, although the dividing line between speech and song is actually a continuum, it's a spectrum. So you are somewhere at the point when you've stopped speaking and you are then singing and thus participating in the song form. So interesting question. Perhaps I will modulate my voice as I go through the Google Hangout so that at some point I'm singing my answers and you can see if you can detect when spoken words become song.
Great answer. I like that. Okay, next question. Again, Tom Foster. So he says now, Adam, how do you go about writing a song?
Good question. I wouldn't say that it's the same every time. I think that you get used to trying a number of different processes and starting points so that you don't always access your creative part of your brain in the same way. So sometimes standing on top of a mountain, sometimes lying in bed, sometimes starting with the chord, sometimes starting with the melody. All of these can be good ways in. Tom, you cannot ask any more questions.
Oh, well, the next question is sent by Tom, but it actually is Vanessa asking.
Vanessa, what would you like to know?
What is sound?
In fact, Vanessa, you're probably more qualified to answer this question than I am. Would you like to answer this question? Can I turn it back to you?
I can try.
Please do.
So, sound. That's a good question. Another philosophical question, I think. If I go on the scientific perspective, there are 5 parameters that define sound. So there is pitch. There's also time or rhythm or meter or whatever you want to call it. And then there's timbre. So I don't know how to describe that, but how a sound sounds.
The wood that's been chopped down.
Yeah.
It's a great timber joke. Favorite one. Let's make sure we get that in.
There is amplitude, so how loud the sound is, and there's space, where it is. So that's how we can measure it. That's how we can say when something starts to be sound. And then writing a song or music can be just about playing with these parameters.
So does that? What about that thing about if a tree falls over in the forest and there's nobody to hear it? I know you said at the start this is a scientific perception perspective.
Can you now answer the philosophical question?
The philosophical question.
Philosophical question is.
Does it require somebody to hear it?
Oh, okay, for perception. Yeah. Well.
You could put a microphone in the forest. You don't have to be there.
No, but the microphone has to be placed by a human being or something that someone or some living creature that could perceive
place it. And metaphysically speaking.
Well, there are. I mean, there are schools of thoughts that say that everything is based on sound. So, like everything, because of atoms that create.
Hinduism as well, isn't it?
Part of what?
Is it Hinduism that's got the idea of the Buddhism.
Buddhism.
Okay.
This is Zen Buddhists.
Okay.
They're called
Yeah.
koans.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the sound of one hand clapping?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the most esoteric joke that I know. If you have some ice cream, I will give you more. If you don't have any, I will take it away from you. It's an ice cream koan.
I like that joke.
Thank
That's
you.
worth holding on to. We also know from experience, though, so we can determine that the same set of circumstances within the physics of the known universe will always produce. That's the whole point about physics, regardless of whether someone's there to observe it or not.
Yes, but then there's also there's also been developments in
materials.
the theory of the string theory that when you
Uh-oh.
okay, yes,
My
that
son's-
of course, but so now it's said that for a matter to be, it has to be perceived, and depending on how it's perceived, it's going to change. So
Could
if
you give us an
sound
example?
isn't perceived, it's
Mhm.
not
Not heard.
heard. Yeah, well, it's not being.
So what about things like, for example, cats? Do they perceive sound or do they perceive something else?
I'm sure they perceive sound. I'm
But
sure.
Is it sound in the way that we would understand it, or is there something about the way humans perceive that creates sound with a capital S?
Dogs and children can hear sounds that older people can't hear. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
my
the
grandparents have got a little scaring cats away, high pitched
Yeah.
in the garden, and Jenny can hear it and really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And
Police
Winnie
use on
can't
occasion,
hear
don't
it.
they, if you're dispersing teenagers?
Mm.
Yeah.
Anti-teenage.
That's right. Mozart usually, actually, getting back to the Mozart question, that's what Mozart would do: scare away, create ASBOs for. But I think that all living organisms, as far as I know, use sound to some extent, don't they? So there's that thing the other day, by the way, in which even spiders are kind of songwriters because in their mating ritual, although we can't hear it, but you know, we can link them up, we can plug them in, and then we can hear it. They're rubbing their legs together. And they're doing it because the other spider can hear that sound, even though to us it just looks like they're rubbing their legs together. And of course, we've got whales and dolphins and all of those kind of. I don't know about fish, though. I don't know about other kinds of fish. Are they into sound?
They have a line. You can see a line down there down the sides, which sense variations in pressure in the water. So that's a form of hearing. They don't have ears in the same way as you and I.
No.
They do have sense perceptions, which is why it's a vile and evil thing to do to tap on.
Okay.
fish tank, because
Wow.
All of that.
it's
Yes.
like,
Ooh, get away. And I suppose that's the other thing about sound is that sound is also vibration, isn't it? So although we're kind of picking up that vibration orally, a lot of organisms pick up the vibration, don't they? Of sound.
Bats see it, don't they?
And bats, of course, being a good example.
But then there are human beings. There are people who are visually impaired who have begun to use echolocation
Mm.
to navigate through their world. So that's the specialism of bats
Yeah.
to be able to do that is just incredible.
Yes, and I think I read somewhere that whales can use their sort of, you know, they send out a sound. They can use it to detect prey that's, you know, 20 miles away in the ocean. That they send out this sound, and they can differentiate between whether it's just hitting some coral or whether it's hitting the dinner. So that's pretty incredible use of sound. Good
And
for
if
us,
you're
isn't it?
interested in medieval and Renaissance
Whales.
theories, no, there's
I like Renaissance
Johannes
whales.
Kepler did an interesting.
Everyone's turned off by the way. It's just us now.
Yeah, an interesting piece on music of the spheres and how
yeah,
planets make
Mm.
music. And actually, NASA now have recorded vibrations from planets, and you can download them on SoundCloud on their account, and you have like actual planet sounds going toot.
Is that actually how they sound?
Yeah.
Can you imitate planets?
Do. Yeah.
I like
Do.
it. That's nice.
Do.
Yeah. That's
There
interesting.
was, you know, the golden disc that they sent out.
On Discovery.
uh,
Voyager. Voyager.
Anyway,
Yeah.
whichever one it was.
Yes.
One of the tracks that they recorded, it was Carl Sagan and his future wife. They were dating at the time, and one of the tracks that they recorded was her thinking loving thoughts towards him, just in case there were creatures out there who could
Go.
tune into the
Yes.
vibrations of your thoughts.
Yes. You can go to the website. I think if it is Voyager, and you can
Golden
hear
Disc.
you can hear the golden disc. Yeah. Yes, it is. Where is it now? Come back. It's still out there, pulsing back, but it won't last that much. I can't remember how many years, but it will eventually get out of range.
They got it to turn around and take a picture of the Earth just as it was leaving.
Just as it was leaving, yeah.
And that was when we got a picture of the dot.
That tiny little dot. That was us, yeah.
That was everything you will ever know.
I think that one of the most amazing things I ever saw was the program and how the hell they got that thing to work and leave the solar system. Because they had one PhD math student in the 60s working on it, and he had a room full of IBM computers spewing out pages of calculations because they couldn't work out how it didn't just because it has to sort of go around a planet, pick up its gravitational pull, and then be fired to the next one until it leaves the solar system. And the maths behind that were just absolutely extraordinary until this guy went, I think I've got it. It wasn't on one small piece of paper.
Wow.
The amount of computing power they had to send the guys to the moon was less than my washing machine.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's amazing.
Could we all get in your washing machine and go to the moon? That'd be nice, wouldn't
Yes, you can. So once we've answered the questions, Rob will give you a sort of maybe 5 minutes and then 2 minutes. And when we get to 2 minutes, if you could just do a little maybe wrap up. Kind of, it's been really good.
Let's do it as a wrap as well, Vanessa. Okay?
What's that?
Do it as a wrap.
As
as
a
well.
wrap.
I'll bring the
Yeah,
microphone or Rob will hand it.
Yeah.
Do the back, please.
Yeah.
But between the two of you, if you can do like a wrap up of, it's been really great. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to join the course and work through the materials, then blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So
that's
do you
cool.
want to do that quickly?
Let's do a wrap up.
Yeah, okay.
So thank you for all your questions today. I think it's been a great opportunity for us to finally engage with you out there in the ether with all your songwriting questions. Keep going with the songwriting. It's been an amazing response so far on the course, hasn't it, Vanessa? And we're looking forward to you joining the course. If you haven't already done so, sign on to Write Your First Song on FutureLearn. And for Vanessa and I on Pluto, over and out.
Yeah, I think you said it all.
Sorry, I didn't give you
Absolutely fine. Not a problem at all.
I have one question though, which is that
Okay, can I just say one?
Please
one
do.
last thing? When you do that, Vanessa, if you click the button of doom, that's the point that you just go.
Oh, okay.
And then that takes us offline.